Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how are you doing? And how are you enjoying being part of the 3000 club? One of the 3000 people that's hit that subscribe button and joined the BonBon party. What do you mean you've not hit the subscribe button? Well, why not? Don't you realise there was just 350 people last year? 3,000 people this year. Next year could easily be 30,000 at this great rate of knots, and in no time we'll be overtaking Flux chance to being the biggest skyliner out there. Okay, I can dream. I'll tell you what else I dream about, and that is a Swedish map maker teaming up with Giggly, who created Cantil Valley, which we reviewed back in episode 306 last week, which scored okay. Well, I dream about them teaming together and doing an updated version of that map, because that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Okay, today's map is Cantil Rapids by Ecania from Sweden, with the help of Giggly. Oh, this is going to be a dream, isn't it? You just know this is going to be a dream. There's the start square. Now, Ecania has mumbled about this being his last map. I do hope he changes his mind. There's your resources. Yes, it's a detailer's map, I would say. Not if you're a vanilla player, but yeah, I think you can still play vanilla, I guess. Let's go to the workshop. There's going to be a few things here. Network extensions to unlimited trees and the not so rocky European theme. And then after doing a little bit of reading and seeing the recommended mods and all that sort of stuff for visuals, we should head off to the one-click collection, which is up here. There it is, Cantil Rapids. And there's a few bits on here. It's the Bonita Vista Valley LUT, for those of you that want to know. And then we've got a selection of trees and rocks and the elevated train track over wall, parts 1 and 2. What else have we got down here? More trees, a few reeds, ships, and I think that's about it. Oh, and network extensions too, but we've already mentioned that. Right, so if you liked Cantil Valley, you're probably going to like this. We've got a lot of Ecania style road networking going on and rail networking. 1 or 2 magic tunnels and quite a few bridges. Quite a few bridges. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's one coming up in a minute that I'm not keen on, but the beauty is abounding, okay? Abounding? Abounding. I'm going to stick with that. I mean it. This particular intersection, although there's nothing wrong with it, it's a personal thing, this. I think it looks awkward and ugly through the height. It's pretty high. There's nothing wrong with it. I would say all the levels are right. Everything's nice and smooth. But see, we're going from land there, across to land on the other side, and then we have this complex raised interchange in the middle. Fantasy map. Of course I'm going to let it go. Of course I'm not marking it down. I'm just going to say, to me, to my little humble eyes, that is the one bit of the road networking on this map that I just don't get on with. You can tell me that I'm an idiot. Go on then, tell me. Right, next bit, we've got highways going through these beautiful asset. Beautiful elevated rail asset. There is a little tiny weeny glitch with the wall encroaching onto the highway. It wouldn't cause any problems, but I would suggest that they would have built through that without having to demolish a bit of the brickwork. Am I marking the map down for that? Oh, damn right I'm not. That's just too minor. That is too minor. These tunnels, the roads dip down to the land. We've seen this from Ecania a few times. I prefer the roads to go in level or fairly level. Anyway, we're going through that big old lump of rock here called the mountain, with a lake in the middle. And then on the other side, they emerge. And again, they're coming up at a slope. And once again, I'd like to see that just a little bit more level. That's just me. And that's just how I roll. Right, now this is a work of art. I tell you now, there is nothing wrong with this, apart from the fact it looks a bit like an anarchy symbol in a starfish. The starfish anarchy. The starfish will be taking over the world. Yeah, everything about this is absolutely spot on perfect. I would grumble, if anything, with the way that the roads are merging and leaving here. See the road merging in here, and you've got traffic crossing over each other. Okay, it's not the creator's fault, and I can't blame the creator, and I think it looks amazing. But I think as a productive change, something that would make the whole thing just a little bit more efficient, I think a minor tweak, sorry about that glitch there, a little minor tweak would just change that. But anyway, still nothing wrong with it, and I'm not marking the map down for that either. What? Oh dear, my editing's gone right out the window today. I apologise, and I'm not changing it now. Right down to the start square with the demented goat. There it is. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Great detailing again. Of course you're going to expect great detailing from Icania. And the whole thing just looks lovely. Plenty of build plane. The river's there as well. Nothing wrong with that at all. We'll just show you where this road leads off to, because I want to go another way, but I just want to show you where this goes as we're on the road anyway. Perfect bridge there. Perfect bridge. Nice little curve. Perfect bridge. And then that loops around and around and over that bit and off to the fog, which at the moment we're leaving switched on. We will switch it off later so we can have a look at the Edge Mountains, because they're pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. If we go this way, there's something down here I want to show you. First of all, now check this rail bridge here. There's a pillar that's been deliberately removed from the middle. Otherwise, obviously, it would have glitched into the highways. We'll talk about pillars a little bit more later. But for me, like there, that ship's very close to that pillar. This bridge, this is a little bit too red for my liking. I don't like it. It's too vibrant. Doesn't work for me. I would prefer the duller red. Once again, not the map maker's fault for the colour, but I would choose just slightly more, I don't know, duller. Yeah, a duller bridge. Now, speaking of bridges, these bridges, we've never seen them before until a few days ago. I think it was it Saturday's show? Thereabouts. First time we'd ever saw one. It was beautiful. It was well worked with, and now Icania's gone and taken his twist on it, and it's just beautifully done. Let's go back to the Anarchy Starfish interchange, and here we go this way, and we got two of them back to back. Beautifully done again. Very nice. Up and under the rail, through here, and then we've got some tunnels. And if we go through the tunnels, it just nips out the other side here. The magic tunnels. You never know where they're coming out with Icania. And we've got a little bridge there, and then this bridge, a minor grumble about it, because you've got the curve, and then it just curves back on itself at the end. See if we can see this. So yes, it's nice curve, and then this little bit here, it has to be jinky janky to make it fit. I would have carried the curve around, I think, and made it work somehow onto this bit of mainland. Anyway, so that be that. Let's have a look at the rail. Now, Icania has told me about a problem with what he thought to be the loading screen mod, or less steam, and that's these rail pillars. He's removed them to stop shipping clipping, and then they've glitched back in. I tried reloading the map without the loading screen mod. I don't use less steam anyway. I've even tried loading the map without no pillars, just in case that was causing a conflict. And oddly, those rail pillars keep, well, reappearing, and I've seen the screenshots. I know that Icania has deleted them from his map. So if anybody can explain why they keep reappearing. Of course, there is that one that cuts through with the highways, and I just need to show you this. This has been fixed. I have told Icania about this, and he fixed it immediately. This was not a deliberate break in the rail. An oddity. I'm not marking the map down for that either. In fact, I don't feel that I can, really. Such a minor thing, so easily fixed, and it's not map breaking, so I'm happy to accept that. Anyway, so yeah, rail pillars, why do they keep reappearing? And so off to Asset Villa and Asset Corner, where we'll do today's asset review. There doesn't appear to be... Oh, hang on. There's some stuff going on in the road. What is this? So it'd be some kind of rock fall. Ah, yes. We're today reviewing Spence's work crew props. And these are little fellas, little citizens. I think there's about 15 in the collection. And they're all wearing the high vis. Some guy there seems to be trapped in the rockfall. The rockfall isn't part of the collection. You can find plenty of them on the workshop. But there aren't that many citizens, and I love these guys. They are just props. They will never move, so you'll have to use Traffic Manager President Edition to get your vehicles to go around it and avoid what's going on in your little scene. They're really good for those screenshots and cinematics. So anyway, there we go, Work Crew Props by Spence, and that is a rather delicious pack of workshop items for you to download today. And so off to Themington Island for this week's theme and Lux combo, which is Al's Bolivia theme by Al with Al's Cinematic HD V2 LUT. It's so good to see Al producing stuff back for the workshop. Kind of missed him. I missed him so much. Anyway, oh yes, factoids. I'm sorry you were waiting for me to open the book. Got a couple for you today. James Lind discovered in 1747 that lemon juice cured scurvy. It was nearly 200 years later that the discovery of vitamin C was made. So there we are. Right, one more. If ever you have a pet caterpillar, you should call him Arnie. As in, he'll be back. Why? Because caterpillars actually have more muscles than men. Can you imagine the six-pack on a caterpillar? It's like a 7 trillion pack. Oh, brilliant. More factoids tomorrow. Right, let's back to Icanya's map and have a look at the shipping routes. We've got quite narrow rivers. It's under the road bridge there. Now, see, the rail bridge is where the pillars have reappeared. That's probably okay there. It's going to be very close, but that's probably okay. But there are problems with the other bridges, with these pillars that have reappeared, and we don't know why. I'm not going to mark down the map for shipping clipping, especially with those ships. They're fine there. So yeah, there are shipping routes all the way around the map. This is rather close to the coastline here, though. Rather close indeed. Yeah, all the way around the map, virtually everywhere you can think of. These routes are rather narrow and probably would suit the advanced vehicle options to get some rather narrower boats in. There are pillars on the rail which will cause clipping, and I've done everything I can to get rid of them. Unfortunately, they just keep reappearing, and I don't know why. Need your help, guys. The heights of the bridges are fine. No problems with those at all. I just want to show you this. Don't worry, this ship isn't stuck. I've actually frozen time to show you how close it gets to the riverbank here. Not well, it's like scraping of the pillar maybe on one side and scraping of the rocks on the other side. Very close, but it's not stuck. So that's good news. However, this guy is stuck. And that, I'm afraid, that is a loss of a star. I can't accept it, I'm afraid. That is just a simple error, easily fixed. It's a 2-second job to correct that one. Anyway, yeah, you can see how close that gets to the riverbank there. And it's just wedged. And it's a shame. It is a shame indeed. Water flow. Now, Icanya's maps always have really strong water flow. Slightly different on this one. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. The water flow is there. It's just lighter than normal. Normally it pretty much gushes down every river. Here you can see there's barely any motion, but if you look, there is an arrow there. It is still moving, and that is the case around the map. There is arrows everywhere, but you have to really get in and have a look, or maybe just come out of this mode altogether and just watch the water and see which direction it's flowing. Just have a look before you put down your sewage and your pumping stations. Anyway, it's a beautiful map, I tell you. Let's have a look at some of these detailings. Down the rivers, let's say this is just nice. These little islands, you don't be building on these. You're just going to be building, looking over these. The rock work is absolutely amazing. This is Icania, of course. Loving the fields here, the lines of trees on the outsides, marking out like hedgerows. Looks very good, and the choice of plants in the water there, just amazing. A straight edge on those plants. Possibly a bit straighter than I would have liked, but it's a minor niggle, and not getting marked down on that one either. Lots of things I'm not marking down on because they are just so minor and so petty. You'd need 50 of them to affect the score, to be honest with you. Anyway, yeah, the riverbanks, the variant across the map, and it just adds a little bit of interest around, which is good. Glad to see it. What else are we looking at around here? Oh yeah, some more fields there. Lots of flat build plain. That's the thing with Icania's maps. Always flat build plain. Now I want to show you this field here. If you'll have a look down here, the hedge goes off down the hill a little bit steep, and I would like to see that not, if it's going off the edge, just not quite that far. However, on this side, the hedgerows have been put down literally on the cliff itself, and that just needs shunting up a little bit. That's the prop line tool for you. Just needs shunting up 1 millimeter or 3. Just to get it to actually sit on the edge of the fields rather than growing out of the rockery. This is an interesting waterfall. Very curious. Don't worry about the glitching in the background. But the water seems to be going underneath the land. You can see that. That's really very odd indeed. I'm not marking the canyon down on that. That's just one of those odd water glitch type things that I don't understand what is going on there. You see that? It's really quite strange. I mean, maybe the water... No, it's not. The water's actually going underneath it. Definitely. Very odd. Nice to see something that's very odd that we've not seen before. And thanks, Icania. That's... I don't know how you managed to do that, but it's brilliant work. These ships we've seen in Icania's maps before. Maybe the Moraine Falls. I can't remember now which one. But it's a nice detailing point. Doesn't add anything. You can take them away and it wouldn't cause any problems. It's just that sometimes it's nice to have a point of interest on the map. Now anyway, we're off into the mountains. I've just switched the fog off for those people that like to be able to see clearly in the fog. I promise I'm going to be switching it off more often, despite the fog vote. If you missed the fog vote, that was 15 votes to 14 to have the fog switched off permanently. And I figured that because 96% of people didn't vote, then I was, 2% against 2% it was in the end. And I figured, nah, we'll just leave it. Leave it as it is, but I will bow to those that want the fog switched off by switching it off more readily. And there you go, today I did. Back down to the water detail. The water detail, Icania's water detail is... Well, Icania's water is second to none across the board anyway. So it's really, really nice to see it. Probably would have liked a bluer theme for the water, maybe. Or maybe would that been too much, I don't know. The rock detailing's great, yeah, nice, the water conforming around the rocks. There's no glitching going on there as well. Good choice of rocks. They look amazing as well. Really nice map, what can I say? Aesthetically, as always with Icania, I find it very hard to give less than 5 stars, so 5 stars it's getting. Detailing, there were lots of minor weeny things that I would have left at 5 stars. However, the ship that's basically banked itself because of the shipping routes going too close to the shoreline, there is the missing star. So that's what I'm losing it for, not for the shipping clipping through the pillars, because well, I don't know what more that we can do about those. Looking for answers, my friends. Gameplay potential, I'm giving 5 stars for this. Once again, I know a lot of you will think there's too many roads. Well, delete them. It's a quick click to get rid of them. But other than that, if their roads weren't there, it'd be perfect, wouldn't it, eh? 5 stars? Yeah. So Cantil Rapids by Icania gets the BonBonB seal of approval. You just knew that was going to happen. Favoritism, that's what that is. Favoritism. It's not, I promise you. Honestly, if the map stunk, I wouldn't give it. In fact, there was one map that I didn't give the approval for from Icania, so there we are. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the Throwback Thursday map with a difference. Oh yes. And then Friday we've got one of our old favourites, and then Saturday, oh, it's Saturday again. I can't keep up. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.